Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're sorry about the delay for everyone. We are going. We're having some small technical issues. As you see, Alyssa will be joining us a little bit anon. But for now, let's have a wonderful conversation and introduce the rest of our friendly cast. Hey all, you know me, I'm at DearJadalin on Twitter, or Praxagorth as me4, as you see me around here on Twitch. Welcome to the channel. Thank you again tonight for some more Romance of the Blue Rose. We are going to switch to my left on the overlay and start with Simon. Hey Simon, how you doing?
What?
How you feeling? I know it's just it's a major shift.
There's a lot of pressure. Hi, I'm Simon. I'm also known as the Wandering DM. I stream on Twitch some times, role-playing games. Do I go into the whole thing?
Or you just say who you are playing? Like, look.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
Simon.
I'm playing Bashard tonight. Someone who definitely has an IQ quite superior to the character I was playing this afternoon. It will be nice to actually form complete sentences and yeah, and not hallucinate worms out of people's heads. Also, I might turn into a vampire.
That's you know, that's where we go. That's where we go with that. The possibility of vampirism. And directly underneath Simon, hey Lindy, how are you doing? I don't think you're currently suffering from the possibility of, vampirism, but...
Not at this current moment in time, although we should never rule it out completely, because I, Lindy, love vampires. I mean, vampires in this game are bad, and you should dislike them. Yeah, that's me. I'm Lindy. I'm playing Ritka Sokolov, a reformed, mostly Kurnish, former Kurnish Knight of the Skull, who's got a really good, a good best boy wyvern named Carnage, who's here for a visit and is also not corrupt. And it's just a big old non-corruption party up in here, and it's gonna be, a great time all around. Get smuggled in the city, it'd be fine.
Wait, is everyone in our party non-corrupt?
For now.
How does fang sickness impact?
It's not corruption. It's literally a sickness, a disease that can, cause basically the effects of fatigue, and certain people are at or at certain minus penalties in but hi Trooper, how are you? How are you feeling?
Hello, I am Trooper SJP, and I will not tell you all what I've eaten today because some people in chat will judge me. Also, Prax will judge me. There'll be a lot of judgment. So if I'm a little loopy, it's just because of blood sugar, but I'm gonna fix that. I'm also playing Russ. Yes, I knew that. I'm playing Russet, the Rye Hawk, a red-shouldered hawk, psychic hawk, being a person. And Russ at this moment is thinking, there's going to be a lot of paperwork. There's going to be a tribunal. We've got a whole bunch of people from Kern and a wyvern, and I want to make sure this works out well. How does this? Ooh, we got to make a report. I want this to work out well in the end. Oh, it's not making it easier. Oh well. Reports.
Such is life. And last for now, but never least, hey Pooja, how you doing? How you feeling?
Hello, everybody. I'm good. I'm ready to get this party to Aldis. For those of you who are just joining, I'm Pooja. I play Delme Ferox here on the show, and Yeah, she's mostly chilling and kind of excited to go back home. She has some plans in terms of, making sure Vashar doesn't turn into a vampire, and also making Russ tell her the truth. Yeah. Pretty good plans for the day.
Yep. And it is a little
Oh,
late.
also riding Carnage. I think we talked about that last time.
Yes, there was the possibility of riding Carnage, and we ended last
Who doesn't
session-
want to ride Carnage? I mean,
Russ.
that's a better question. That's right, you two should be friends in the skies, flying together.
Yeah.
He's
Delme,
just
Yes.
a big wingy boy.
look over there. Distraction.
If
See,
it's
that's
not
what happens.
shiny, if it's not
No.
shiny, she ain't looking.
There's a big shiny wyvern, so
That's
he
true.
is a
That's
little
true.
shiny. I mean, he's not shiny yet. It's still like a muted
Yeah.
metallic.
he's getting there.
He's getting there. It definitely
Also-
doesn't look like
yeah.
any wyvern any of you have ever seen before, including Ritka.
Yeah.
But if Russ
Crazy.
does want to use shiny as a distraction, he's to be like, "Oh look, there's the thing we shouldn't touch." That's gonna get her.
Yeah, and Russ ain't ever gonna say that.
We don't know.
We don't know. It'll be very entertaining.
Rifta might. Not Rush, probably.
But we left off at the end of last session with 2 wolves, a bear, a carnage, 2 unconscious Kurnish political asylum seekers who may or may not be dead. They're kind of Schrodinger's Skull Knights at this point because we don't know. But yes, there was an attempt were made on people's lives by interesting, interesting assassins whom apparently the only one who's ever seen before was Vashard. But the night has begun to fall. I guess the question is, what would you like to do?
Well, we were all
What time of day
checking
is
on
it? Yeah.
the unconscious people too, medically. Like evening.
What?
Are we continuing to move? Because we have like a deadline, which is fang sickness.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we were.
Yeah. I thought that we were just waiting for dinner time for Carnage.
Yeah, because there's only it was not long at all.
Yeah, and then I believe we were going to continue pressing.
You guys didn't want
Forward?
surprise wyvern later.
Yeah.
So
Better like a we know it's coming wyvern now versus a prize wyvern later.
mm-hmm.
And also, hi Cecilia.
Yeah.
Hello.
Was checking on my unconscious friends, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good idea, medically speaking. Check on your
Mhm.
unconscious friends.
Because Ritka and medical are not two things that you want in the same sentence together.
So,
Unless you have no
Delme will
last
help.
resort.
If Cecilia needs help, otherwise Delme's plan was to make some phone calls.
so why don't we start with Cecilia? Hello, Alyssa.
Hello.
Would you have the 2 patients you were caring for the previous looking severely fucked up and corruption sickness that they are currently going through are now, well, they had fallen to the ground and nobody had, and then you had run over to check on them after you dealt with the exploding assassins.
Mm-hmm.
As one does.
Mhm.
That's I feel like that's the course of action in general.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would definitely like to do the full gambit examination, if at all possible.
You can go
Because
ahead and
they have fallen.
you can roll that intelligence heal.
Something I'm good at.
16, because it didn't give you your focus for some reason.
Yeah, well, thank you, roll 20.
It's not hard. For you, it's not hard, but it's very, very strange. There are no wounds on them physically. They are unconscious, barely breathing, but they are technically still alive at the moment. Their heart rate, it's almost like they were frozen, right? Their heart rate has dropped severely. Their internal functions just seem to have started to shut down. There's no visible reason why. Yeah, you would almost say that this is like if somebody had been trapped out in a winter storm and had severe hypothermia, but there's no frostbite on the body. There's nothing external.
I think I'm gonna do the these sort of like, I'm trying to think of like how it's like they're not actually physically frostbitten, but they seem frostbitten. So I think it will be like that sort of supportive care, like trying to get them warmed up, like put them in blankets and just like treat it that way, because I don't know what else to do with them right now.
You could roll Arcana lore.
I could do that. I can do that. I have that power.
With a 14?
That's a 14 with the single solitary stun point that I'm not going to probably use.
You have two guesses, really. Two things come to mind. One, some sort of targeted magical attack to their internal systems. Or two, some sort of spirit attack, some sort of specter attack. That drained them of their life force.
I would assume, given my vast medical knowledge, that I have enough of like I would be aware that this probably requires further testing sort of thing. Like I don't have the way to tell for sure. So this might be a just continue the gentle care kind of.
What about second sight? Would that do it? That one
no,
psychic thing?
because that's going to show active magics.
But yeah, it wouldn't show the like where this is coming from.
It's not forensic science, second sight.
I mean, if it worked that way, do you not think that I would be CSI second sight at this point?
I mean, do you want me to roll something? I can, if you want me to, Dalme to help.
Well, I was just thinking, I'm thinking, like, looking at my
second
spell
sight
options.
does say you can sense the use and lingering effects of Arcana, so it might give you, because it wasn't that long ago,
but
right?
it's lingering effects of active magics. This isn't active.
Yeah, this is like whatever they got hit with hit them pretty.
Like if you lingering effects for something like that would be something like fang sickness or corruption or like this is.
Says or to detect or read the signature left behind by Arcana. It's like
I can do arcane lore to see if I've read anything about.
Yeah, if you don't mind doing arcane lore, because like I was thinking the other thing would be to ask them, and this might be like a bit juicing the spell, if they would be okay with a little mind delving to see if like I can peruse for any signs
You're
of
unconscious.
I can't ask them anything then. Hey,
What's
get up.
a little sorcery between the people seeking asylum and their doctor?
They're getting over corruption sickness.
Yeah. It's not them doing the sorcery, it'd be you. It'd be fine, right? Medically approved?
I don't think that's approved by the fantasy FDA.
Gotcha. Well, yeah,
with
throw it
a
out there.
15, Delmay, you don't see any of the I'm assuming that you're talking to, Cecilia, and the two of you talking this out, and you're kind of like comparing information and notes. You don't see any of the lingering signs of like something like ice magic, which would have some sort of physical, like,
Yeah.
some sort of physical cold, external cold that you would like, not necessarily frostbite, but you might see, you know, some reddening of the skin, some various other kind of things.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't
So
know.
that's the information that you can gather.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna suppose that our best course of action is to, you know, whatever little care we can do with healing magics to unconscious people, because we're probably not, we can't do any of the investigations because that's sorcery and that's bad. But we can't. I also feel like I don't know if there's anything in my historical like healing brain that will work other than just sort of gently pushing through like medicine to see if just a general cure will
I mean,
at least wake them back up.
you could ask some other people some questions.
Ritka? A question?
Yes. Sorry, I was just absorbing the fact that Canada apparently only has one flavor of Pop-Tart. I was stunned. It took
The
me a
more
moment.
you
Yes.
know.
Yeah, it's actually like 3, but
Okay.
But only apparently one edible one is what
Yeah.
no, non-edible according to me. It's
Yeah.
Hmm.
While
I can't even eat Pop-Tarts, and it was a shock. I was just... Anyways, yeah.
While Cecilia
Wyvern.
is having this
Yes?
conversation with Ritka, Delmy is also doing the little like on the cheeks of
Yes.
being conscious.
Ritka's not talking about Pop-Tarts. That was me. So it's just
Wake him up.
big wyvern screeches, and then... Yes, Cecilia? Can I help with anything?
Yes, potentially. Magic's in. So you've done your fair share of corrupted things. Have you ever heard of anything at all that would have been some kind of targeted magic that would go towards internal organs?
Would I know of anything?
Or
Sounds like
spirits? Something.
a corrupty thing to do. Ow.
I mean, the immediate thing that comes to mind for you, Ritka, is what you literally just experienced in game 5 minutes ago, when you were fighting these assassins and one of them grabbed onto you and started to drain your life force away.
Well, the assassins that we just killed, they touch you, they drain life force. It's like a suction of. It's very cold.
I think Cecilia has a moment and she like digs in her bag a section and she's looking and she's like, is this any similarity to a draw vitality? Because that's not super easy to reverse without just rest. But also, that's bad mojo for the person to just take somebody's vitality. Also known as corruption.
There's worse mojo things to do.
Yes, I mean, if you put everything on a sliding scale and moral relativism, blah, blah, blah. But I think our friends are going to be down for the count for a bit.
But they're all okay. They're alive. They're not fading away.
They've been sort of drained, like they're just being used as fuel for something. Do you feel all right? Have you experienced?
I just felt a small drain. I am all right.
Well, I think our friends are going to need a lot of rest to overcome that. There's a deep.
Rest will be good for them in more ways than one.
Yes. But have you ever known them to use that sort of magic in a you're firing that at a distance? That seems.
I cannot do that. I do not know how it works. Or maybe one of them was very sneaky.
Perhaps.
or there was a connection and they cited it via connection. I don't know how they work. The assassination department was a different division from the Knights of the Skull.
I don't
Sorry,
recall seeing anyone attack them specifically, like be near
Yes,
them.
I don't either, which makes me think it may have been a established connection, drain life force or something. I don't know. Again, a different division.
Yes, but you usually have to
Do you
touch somebody to drain them of their vitality.
Usually isn't always.
could
Yes,
it be
usually
that
isn't always.
something was planted on them a long time ago that was just activated?
That could be.
Sort of a fail-safe for deserters?
Yes.
Well, they didn't put one on me. But also apparently they thought I was dead.
Maybe
for a long
you're
time.
the reason they did it.
So,
Can't have another Ritka.
oh, maybe.
I only have a couple books with me, and a couple, there's probably 5, which is a very low number for Cecilia. Would I be able to just do like a quick, like I've probably read all of these books to death, like scan of what I have to see if there's anything that would like suggest this kind of thing? Because I would love to talk to our unconscious friends to see if they know about some new way to drain vitality from people, because I'm almost certain you have to touch them. So something
Can I search their bodies? Well, not bodies. Well, can I search their sleeping forms for something?
Yeah.
search their
Search away. They
Can I
they
fill
will
them up?
They won't hate you for it.
You know, just if something went off and they didn't know about it, or
Do we even know if we're safe right now? Because
I thought we're moving.
Well, if something attacks us, I'd
Carnage,
look
eat
up
it.
at Carnage. I don't
Oh.
think it'll last
every time I
terribly long.
sorry, I just got into this tunnel vision of trying to figure out how a drain vitality would work if you don't touch somebody and you can do it at a distance. And then all of a sudden I remember that there is a giant wyvern. Hello.
This is Carnage. Carnage, that's Cecilia, Delme, Russ, the Shard.
Yeah.
You know those two on the ground. And those-
Carnage smiles, but it's that reptilian smile with way too much teeth and like the tongue
Yeah.
is rolling out. He's trying.
Good, cutie.
Exactly.
Russ is on
Yes.
Vashard's shoulder at the moment because you know.
What do I roll for pat down?
You can just roll in, and it's a perception seeing because you're just
I'm
investigation.
old.
I only have psychic perceptions.
Or
12.
12. There's no physical wounds on their body at all.
Okay. And no like
Weird items.
weird items.
They have the
Letters.
same they both have the same tattoo that Ritka does.
Mhm.
Okay.
They both you know. There doesn't seem to be any other there's no like none of them, neither of them are wearing jewelry. They have the they're wearing armor, but it's like there's none of the mask of the Knight of the Skull. They don't have any identifiers.
Okay.
All of their weapons are still in Vashard's possession.
Would it be possible to the Delme if you would examine the weapons, perhaps?
I will do that, and I'm also gonna tell Whisper to use her super
Sniff,
seeing,
sniff.
smelling, everything skills
Mhm.
for. All right, so is it just a perception check for the weapons or our?
If you want, or you can if you want to do that, or you can try and do second sight. Your choice.
Ooh, yeah, second sight's fun. I do that.
And for your for Cecilia, if you want to just do like a quick kind of like
That's
mental think back, you can just roll me an intelligence arcana lore.
All right, one more round of that.
I have perception psychic. I should have had a +2 to that.
So 16 again.
There is no way that you are aware of that you can do drain vitality without some physical contact. And you weren't looking, and none of you were looking at them at the time. So you have no idea if they were touched or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was watching the creepy blobs though,
No, you
Like,
weren't.
because
Not.
'cause I was
not. Not. What happened
At the
was
beginning.
at the beginning, you guys were all in a psychic call together, off to the side,
Mhm.
waiting for Carnage to show up. You had your conversation, and then suddenly
They
Whisper,
collapsed.
Aeson,
Yeah.
and Ragnar knocked you all down. Russ took to the
Mhm.
sky, and the two of them collapsed.
So you hadn't taken to the sky yet.
You were
'Cause
not
they were
involved with
collapsing.
looking
So
at them
you-
at the time.
Could have been
Side
a
note.
drive-by
Yeah.
pat drain.
Pat, pat.
When Whisper, when I ask Whisper to do her, just check if she sees anything strange, or smells anything strange, I'm also gonna ask her for more explanation as to what she heard or saw that made her push us over, and if she saw anything, like just get a description from her as to what she saw in case we can pinpoint something.
So why don't we start with our Cecilia, your Arcana lore. I'm sorry, I just totally blanked on why you were rolling that.
That was to see if there was anything I could think of in the books that I have
Had
with me. Specifically the books I have with me, because I have a feeling that some of what I'm looking for, when we get back to Aldis, I have access to the library and I can get all the things. And there is probably very little that I don't have access to at that library. And I can find something that'll help us with this. But if we were missing somebody that did the drain vitality, that at least solves that, perhaps. But
Based on everything you know, drain vitality includes touch of some sort, physical contact, and however, there is a group of beings that you know of that can cause that drain vitality without physical contact, but you wouldn't necessarily be physical because they are incorporeal, called specters.
Oh, great. I think I'm just going to report back the, now that I think about it, it could be specters. They don't have to, well, they're
Yeah.
incorporeal, so they can't physically touch anything, but they can do some of these very specific things. Well.
And you know that the that the assassins that you all fought were physical, like they had armor,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
they exploded. But
Yes,
Doesn't mean they didn't have a specter friend though. Yeah.
that's true. They were just a distraction. Or the
We don't know.
escort.
Wait and see.
Or the specter. We don't know. Well, why would a specter need an
Delme,
escort?
Whisper will tell you that
Yes.
they by they I mean Ragnar, Whisper, Aeson, the pet crew, because they're no longer just the puppers.
No.
Puppers and bear.
The critters. No.
The critters. We can go with critters. The critters Whisper will tell you that the critters knocked you all over when they smelt that ozone sour smell of bad magic. And at the same time they knocked you over, Fedor and Dimitri fell unconscious.
Okay. I'm gonna ask her to go sniff around and see if she can smell that, if she can track that scent, if there's anything else that still has more or less, just kind of do like a perception smell of the whole area.
And while you all are working on
Whisper's
that,
the only person who can roll, once again. I can't roll.
while that's happening, let's switch over to Vishard and Russ. What are you all doing? Well, the ladies are examining the two unconscious men and have now ripped open their shirts and,
And petting Carnage.
Bashard.
Yep.
Should I open up a connection to the first envoy so you can make a report.
We're gonna have to.
All right. I will make that roll.
Cool.
Because, you gotta do the thing as you do.
Mm-hmm.
That's, what is that? 11?
11.
Yes.
13.
13?
Mhm.
Yeah. So that should be, that's fine.
You're good.
I'm good. I do the switchboard operator, and I connect the first envoy with our group leader, Vashard.
Russ.
First envoy, second envoy, Vashard, about ready to report.
There's just that
Envoy.
long pause of expectation. It's
Mhm.
like, you said you're here to report.
We are currently on our way to Aldis. We have with us two Kurnish refugees. Potentially defectors, potentially prisoners. But they seem to be more on the defector side when we met them. We've also been ambushed by assassins sent by, I believe, none other than Lady Talus.
Assassins.
I fought them during war, back in the Pavin Weald. They are...
The farmstead.
Yes. And the attack was overseen by probably a psychic projection of whoever is in charge of their unit. Some skull-faced knight of sorts.
If I recall correctly, in your previous report about the farmstead, there was combustion after the fact, correct?
Same thing happened here.
Are any remains that you can retrieve for examination purposes?
If I look quickly around, do we?
Yeah, there's there are some shattered pieces of broken armor.
We can bring some of the stuff back for analysis.
Treat our guests as guests unless they show evidence otherwise.
And
I
Russ makes this gesture to Vashard like this. It's a kind of like a flapping wing gesture, and then kind of like cocks his head towards Carnage, but doesn't say anything on the call. Just,
I also have two more things to add to that report. We are currently in the company of a Kurnish wyvern. One that seems to be wrong. It hasn't acted like any wyverns I've seen so far.
Imagine he's rolling over for belly scritches at this point.
I think the wyvern's broken. But we are... I'm going to keep you appraised, First Envoy, of what will happen to the wyvern on our way to Aldis.
seems to be Ritka's wyvern. They seem to have some sort of a, bonding situation. Doesn't seem as if the wyvern has corruption.
There's this long pause that just kind of extends for a little too long, and you definitely get that feeling, Russ and Vashard. you've both interacted with the first envoy. You've both been in her office. You
Mhm.
both know when she is in that level of like possibly have chewed out a couple of the screw ups and but this is one of those, I'm holding on to my anger because it isn't actually your screw up, but at the same time, don't fuck up. And then there's just this, you're not bringing that into the city.
I figured. We will find something.
Keep me appraised.
There is one more thing. First envoy.
You have that moment of your mind where you know that if you were in her office, her eyebrow would be raised significantly. It's like, what are you burying the lead on if you've already told me about Kurnish refugees, exploding assassins, and oh yes, a wyvern?
I have become compromised.
We had that conversation. You're not compromised yet.
It's getting worse.
My answer remains the same, Senior Envoy. You're not allowed to die. And then there's just this moment where it gets cut off.
Well, I'll turn to Russ. Apparently, that's all we needed. I'm not allowed to die.
Well, that's true.
Russ.
It's a direct order.
I don't think the disease is going to obey this order.
You better get it together, soldier. Well, you know, envoy, really. Come on. Just... Cecilia will find a way.
Russ,
Hmm?
you get pinged.
It's the first envoy, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for that. Like Russ knew it was gonna happen. Like Russ knew. I was like, well, Bashard, I'm gonna look for tracks for those assassins and see maybe where they came from. I'm gonna do that. Just remember, you're not allowed to die. That's first envoy's orders, and you don't want to make her mad.
No, I don't.
And Russ takes this guy to go and, you know, do tracking, but also to answer the phone. First envoy?
Russ.
I think he's exaggerating. I don't think he's actually getting worse.
I'm not worried about that. Senior Envoy Daly has never disobeyed a direct order. I don't think he's going to start now.
Agreed. I just think he's...
Russ,
Yes, ma'am.
I sent you into the Pavenweald to find out information about Kurnish spies. Why are there 2 Kurnish spies coming to the city of Aldis?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question.
I'm very confused, Russ.
First envoy, permission to speak freely?
No, Russ, I'm going to take your extra, bedroom out of my house and prevent you from ever talking to me again, Russ.
I
Russ it?
Yes, I understand. Senior Envoy Daly has many good qualities. I feel as if framing reports well is not one of them. His Sometimes he misses information that might make the situation clearer, or sometimes seem less dire, or perhaps more dire. Nonetheless, what I'm trying to say is we were investigating, and there was an attack. And these two Knights of the Skull Knights, came to our aid. These are colleagues of Ritka's, and they, well, seems as if they were trying to defect and came to her for help. They've surrendered all their weapons. They're dealing with corruption sickness. They've given us some intel about what's been going on. The Lich King being awake, Lady Talus doing some sorts of strange murderous rituals that involve consuming the souls of various Skull Knights to help bring back the Lich King, who apparently is already back. Nonetheless, they didn't want to be part of that, die, I suppose, and they have, defected, is what they said. And Senior Envoy Daly feels as if that they should be brought in for questioning. They are seeking asylum.
Russet.
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to die either. Both of you get back here as soon as possible. I swear to God, you make me. I'm going to go have to see about my blood pressure. You cause my blood pressure to go up. Honest to God, I
Sirik.
worry about you. This is what happens.
Sirik, Look, I'm going to tell you something that was said by Lady Talus, because I feel like it's my duty to share
Report
information.
with the creepy vampire lady of a foreign power, regent, and possibly bringing back the Lich King, one of our greatest enemies. Yes, that is kind of one of your duties. Go on.
She said a thing which I suspect was probably done to sow discord amongst the group. So just please take that into note, or she said to Ritka that she was so pleased that Ritka was able to infiltrate the Sovereign's finest, as if this were some sort of plan all along.
Considering Ritka hasn't left the dark edges of the world for the last 5 years and hasn't done anything of use,
Yes.
I'm really not putting a lot of effort into that.
No, but I just thought I should tell you that she said that out loud in front of everyone. It seems to me as if she's, well, engaging in some sort of very personal sort of mind games, considering that she
Russ.
also...
Russ, are you recognizing psychological infiltration? Have you developed that? I'm just so proud of you.
No, it just seems very personal, that's all.
Good. If you feel that much that it's personal, then that means you care for your team.
No, I think it's personal with her, ma'am, is what I mean.
Even better. If it's personal, we can work with that.
She also mind read Vashard completely, and...
Yes, you've mentioned that previously.
Yes. And she... When we... I'm going to use the word defeated with quotation marks, but I have wings, so I can't make that gesture. Well, when we defeated her, we didn't really. She just left. I think she was toying with us, and I feel as if,
Russet, considering that legitimately the Knights of the Order of the Blue Rose many of them have died at her hands, I would rather you come back alive.
Yes, I'm just saying that I don't think this is happenstance. I think there's something bigger.
Yes, Russ, there probably is. But your job right now is to get you and your little crew back to my city. Preferably without the wyvern.
Yes, ma'am. We'll put the wyvern somewhere.
I'll find some sort of accommodation for this.
I'm watching them, by the way. The asylum seekers.
Russ, They're guests until they prove otherwise.
I know. But you always watch guests too.
Not the same way you watch prisoners.
Well,
Remember, Russ, sometimes you attract more flies with honey instead of vinegar. We've had this conversation, remember? I almost
Yes.
miss the bad jokes.
well, I'm just not gonna let anybody die. That's all.
Good, don't let anyone die. You don't die either.
I have one question. It's personal, sort of. It's also sort of not personal. It's halfway between personal and not personal.
Yes, Russet.
Envoy Delmay said something to me that is somewhat disconcerting.
Long
She-
pause.
She asked why her mother was asking about me looking after her. That seemed to be a bit of a, she seemed to be surprised about that. And I'm surprised that she knows about it, so seems to be a little bit awkward. We haven't spoken about it yet because I don't know what I'm authorized to say or not authorized to say, and I wouldn't want to say anything out of turn.
Alonia Ferox is a major portion of the noble court in the judicial branch. She's a magistrate of high rank. You have met her in my office a few times. I don't think
Have I?
you have actually conversed with her, but she has been there when you've been coming in. Striking woman.
What sort of hair does she have?
Vata on, long, kind of white, blonde. Very white, actually.
Dark roots?
A little. Dark eyes.
Cheekbones?
Distinctive. Very
I-
sharp jawline.
Yeah. I remember that woman. I did not speak with her, though. Well, I don't want to say anything I'm not allowed to say, so... what am I allowed to say here?
Merely say that if that was a question that happened, you were not informed of it.
Well, Envoy Delmay seems upset about the whole thing, and you know, that she seems upset, that's all.
She can be upset with her mother.
All right. Okay. It just. Well, thank you.
Russ, are you okay?
Yes. Yes. Maybe. Yes. Yes.
There was a maybe in there.
I'll be all right. We've got a.
Russ, take time for yourself.
Once we get back to Aldis. And everyone's safe.
Yep. I will see you when you get here.
Yes. Just one more thing, if I'm allowed to say, personal, not professional.
Yes.
It's been a while and I miss you, that's all.
I miss you as well. And I'm looking forward to you coming home. And then my blood pressure will go down, Russ.
All right. Anyway, I've been eating and all of that, you know, taking
Good.
care.
Have you actually been eating, or just this once a day kind of thing?
Once a day mostly, but I've
And have you been letting, your healer actually take care of you when you get injured? Because, I've heard about
oh.
that too.
half the time.
Half the time is
Sometimes.
not letting your healer take care of you, Russet.
Yes, ma'am. Most of the time. Anyway, I just wanted to say it's been a long time, and I just miss you a little bit. That's all.
I'll be here when you get home.
Okay. Thank you.
I'll see you soon. And then you just like feel that wave of affection, kind of,
Yeah.
as the connection drops.
And he goes back to what he said he was doing, which was tracking. He's going to do is try to track the physical traces of these assassins to see maybe where they came from. Where did they come from? Where did they go? Where did they come from? Kernish Assassin Joe, which is totally how that song goes.
Well, Russ is off having a conversation with the first envoy and getting totally mom guilt tripped.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
I love
also
it.
All right, we'll hold that for a second. Vishard, what are you doing?
Well, after this conversation with the first envoy is over, I'm going to go pick up some of the remains of these assassins.
Mm-hmm.
Put them in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna go check up on our two prisoners / refugees / asylum seekers / spies
Slash guests.
/
Slash
guests
nappers.
/
Um,
nappers.
Can you roll me natural lore?
There are so many slashes in their names
Like a
that,
slasher
well, I mean,
title.
at this point, if the story was about them, we could call it a slash fic, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's not
so-
wrong.
sorry, what was the check again? I was too busy trying to come up with that slash fic
Yeah,
button.
nature lore, natural
Natural
lore.
Yes. It's AO3 check.
I do not have natural lore, so that is going to be straight intelligence. I do not have. Oh wow, I do not have intelligence.
Okay,
in
you
that
and me
game
both,
either.
buddy. We're just.
Oh yeah, and
Ooh.
I'm super fatigued.
Yeah.
That's a.
But a 7 is still good enough for this. There are
Would
no. When you pick up the remains of these assassins, there are no. There's nothing. There's the shattered remains of the armor, but there's nothing like a physical something that would have been inside the armor. There's no juicy bits.
No. But there's an armor. There
Yeah,
is
no,
a remain.
there is armor, but I'm saying there is nothing on the armor.
In
Or in it or on it. There's like there's no blood. There's
no, but look, I'm gonna bring back whatever it is I can bring back.
Simon, this is me telling you that there was never anything inside of it.
Yeah, no, I know that. I always figured it from the first.
Okay, because I was like, the way
I
you were
met them.
saying that was like, okay, even though if I can't bring back the fleshy bits, I can bring this back. You know what I'm saying?
No. The whole point is like the envoys probably expect me to bring back a fleshy bit,
Yeah.
but they're gonna have to make do with like the fact that it's just an animated armor. However,
Actors in armor.
I have 2 stun points because I succeeded, right?
You did succeed. Yes. Barely, but yes.
Yeah, well, I don't have a whole lot of like exploration stunts to succeed. But just for the sake of it, can I, like, just in case, I would like to use the right tools.
Mm-hmm.
Basically to like wrap it up in something or whatever, so that if there was like a corrupting influence, like it's lessened in a way.
Because they only had your report to go on, so they probably haven't even seen any evidence from these people, period. So even just bringing back these bits would be something like this is
You're pretty sure with
the museum.
using those stunt points is kind of like, you know, an added information here. You're pretty sure that that you would want to wrap them in cloth and not touch them with your bare hand.
Oh, okay. So I tell Ragnar not to touch it.
Ragnar gives you this look of like, you know, that moment of like he's got his paw just like right over it and he kind of looks at you like, but I want to poke it.
No, the GM said not with your bare hands.
Wait, I have a question. So not being a bear, would it be okay with me? Because like I don't have bare hands, I have like hawk hands. Is that?
You don't have hands.
What is
Fair.
this? What is this energy right now? Like, what is happening?
It's a Sunday. Welcome to Romance.
Yeah.
We're-
Yeah, Romance of the Blue Rose is just a love letter to puns at this point.
No, no.
And is there anything wrong with that? No.
no. never.
I would like to remind you all that there was a
It's
pun
punderful.
that the pun that Lindy came up with is now officially one of the hashtags for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, which one?
Content warning.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Yep.
So yes, you would not want to touch it without cloth in between, and you probably want to keep it wrapped. But it doesn't seem to be like when you pick it up off the ground, it's not like sitting on the grass. It was corrupting the ground it was sitting on, kind of thing. Which you have seen previously in other things. So while Vishard is collecting evidence, what are the ladies doing at this point?
Well, I had mentioned that
Delme
Delme was.
carnage.
Delme was going to make some calls. So first she wants to try to call her mom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's let me get her thing pulled up. That is what psychic contact, right?
Yep, psychic contact. Yeah, you're fine.
Hello.
Delme, what's up? Where are you okay? What's wrong?
No, I'm okay. Weird animated armor things. We
And-
dealt with it. It's... I'm in the Sovereign's Finest. Weird animated armor things happen.
I don't
Right?
recall any reports on weird animated armor things. I read a lot of these reports. I don't recall weird animated armor. This does not seem like normal Sovereign's Finest. Are you sure you're okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Vashard's not. There's a wyvern, but it's a cool wyvern.
What?
Not a
Why?
corrupt
Wait.
wyvern.
Why is there a wyvern in Aldis?
Because
Why are you near a wyvern in Aldis?
Because he's a good boy.
I'm calling.
Wait,
I'm
no,
calling
no,
Sirik.
don't.
I'm gonna call Sirik.
Don't
and we're
call
gonna-
anybody.
This
Listen
is-
to me
no,
first.
this is-
We're coming there. We're coming there. We're coming there.
You're
We're coming
bringing
there.
a wyvern to Aldis?
Maybe.
I'm calling Sirik. This is too much. Honestly, I had so many questions about you being involved in this.
Listen to me. Okay, if we don't want to bring the wyvern into the city, I'm sure we can find a place for the wyvern to stay. The wyvern's really nice. It's not corrupt. Like,
Why are you that close
I've
to a
s-
wyvern that you can determine whether a wyvern is nice or not?
because it's like, you know how Whisper and I are just deeply connected? I think this wyvern used to be deeply connected to Ritka, and then when she made her bid for freedom, the wyvern made a bid for freedom, and I don't know, I think they've gone on parallel journeys, and it's really beautiful. But
Getting you a mental evaluation, you're standing next to a wyvern and it's very beautiful. You are supposed to be running away from these things. Your safety
I thought I
is
was supposed to
important.
be out here opening my mind and broadening my horizons.
Yes, in working with the people of Aldis, not associating with something that kills the people of Aldis.
Oh, okay. You know, let's put the wyvern aside. I think we've all gotten sidetracked. The reason I was calling is because we're coming to town and Vashard has fang sickness because remember
Why
the
does
crazy
Vashard? Wait. What? I know you said there were vampires around. I already said that this was a problem. I mentioned this, Eric, that this was a problem. Honestly, Russ should not have let you anywhere near freaking vampires. Why? Who?
Well, okay. The
Are you
vampire
okay?
lady's obsessed with Ritka. It's not our fault. Not our fault. We didn't call her. She is obsessed with Ritka and came after us. And of course, we're gonna have to protect each other. And Richard was off being dumb and beautiful and brave and got fang sickness. And now we need to make sure he doesn't die because, like, he kissed me and that was great.
Wait. Vashard kissed you?
Yes. I know. It was great. But you can't let him
We'll talk
die,
more about
Mom.
this. You're not distracting me with this. This is not okay. Your safety is important.
Well, I mean, if it helps, I haven't been close to any of the danger because that's Whisper's job. I'm not really good at the close stuff.
Yes, I am
Yeah.
very calmed by the fact that your wolf companion, with whom you are never beyond, 20 feet, is the one who's close to the danger. That means that you're 20 feet from the danger. That's somehow very calming to me. Yes, Delma.
Okay,
this is very
it should be calming because if I'm 20 feet away, there's like 4 other people closer. Like, statistically, I'm fine. What was I gonna say? Gosh, Mom, we need to talk more or something.
Yes, I would love to talk more, but you don't call.
Well, I'm trying to be like independent and stuff. And then there was like the time travel stuff, and I don't know. I need to talk to you about that. And like,
I'm very
gods are involved in my life. What's happening, Mom? I'm having a crisis of faith. No, I'm not having a crisis of faith. Sometimes I feel like I am. Okay,
Which
the main
particular
thing is
gods
though,
are involved?
I think we'll have to talk about that with maybe 3 drinks at least. Maybe, yeah. Let's do that.
Let's
I'm
not
sure
mention
we
to
can
your
get.
father that gods are involved. Let's
No, we won't include Dad. We'll get Ritka. We'll get Cecilia. We'll have wine and talk about all this stuff. It'll be fine. But fang sickness, Mom. That's the one I'm concerned about because Vashard is beautiful and dumb and brave, and I think he was gonna do something drastic if we don't fix this.
In the background while this happens, I like hurt myself on something sharp or whatever.
You prick your finger on one of the pieces of the armor that you're picking up. Mm-hmm.
I mean, this fang sickness is really getting to him. Like, walking is like a disaster zone at this point. He's just bumping into shit.
Fang sickness, alright. Give me a moment. Long pause where you know that if you were actually in your mother's presence, she'd be like rubbing her side of her head. as she,
Yeah,
like,
I can picture her pacing the living room as Delmay's like sitting at the table looking up at her. She's just like, oh my god.
It's like, okay, shifting gear from concerned mom to actually providing information.
Problem solving.
Problem solving.
I mean, Delmay's 23, y'all. This is a reminder.
Yeah.
So young.
And she's grown up very sheltered and thus very close to her mom.
Mom rolled really well. There's some discussion about, I remember reading in the, some of the accounts, the reports coming out of the invasion after the fact, those, Purifying Light had some work on assisting to overcome fang sickness, but it's about your own constitution, whether you can repress the fever and chills and draining tiredness before it basically kills you and turns you into a vampire. Some mentions of Purifying Light can aid in helping you, kind of like, you know, treating a flu with, you know, willow bark tea, and, you know, you're still going to have to overcome the symptoms by yourself, but you can really make it feel slightly better.
And Russ, I'm sure Russ can help. Do you know if the Yes, I don't know if there's anything that we can do to kind of boost his constitution until we get to town.
There have been some experimental discussions about certain intoxicants that could boost your constitution for a short period of time, although I wouldn't recommend a long period of time. There's the possibility of addiction.
Well, at this point, I don't know if we have a long period of time.
Well, then in that case, I think your best bet is purifying light, and there are these 3, and she'll list off what are basically, and I'm blanking on the... Basically, she's telling you to... Chicory will give you a constitution boost for a short period of time. However, like any form of caffeine, it can be addicting.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Delme frantically scribbles notes. Let's see. Okay. All right. So, and then I think she's gonna also describe, like, we went over the wyvern thing, but then she's gonna describe the whole animated armor and also the guests refugee, the slashers, our local slashers, and just be like, I know the finest is going to have ideas about where we should go and what we should do, but I'm a little afraid that what's happening here goes beyond the finest at this point, and like with the members of our party at this point, I'm worried they're going to
I'll get your father
draw
to
bigger.
open the villa outside the city. You can bring
Okay.
the menagerie there. He bought more plants.
Okay. Oh God, of course he did.
He's decided to do experimental breeding.
I'm scared, but
Delme,
yes.
he's decided that cabbages and roses should be crossbred. Why are you crossbreeding cabbages and roses, Delme?
You know, we live long lives and have to keep pushing the envelope. I don't know. Maybe we should get him some friends, Mom.
You think I haven't tried?
You know, I feel like Dad and Russ should have a conversation.
You hear this long pause where you can just imagine your mother going, where she would have done one of those moments where she would have started with, no, that's never going to happen, to, oh, wait. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. No, that is actually a brilliant idea.
Well, good thing we're headed that way. But...
Yes, I'll get your father to open the villa outside of town.
Okay.
And try
Mom...
to avoid any settlements on your way.
Yes, we will.
Don't cause a panic.
We want to keep people safe, and we know carnage is not subtle. But the one last thing, Russ, Russ and I are coworkers. Why are you having a coworker watch over me? Isn't that inherently not allowing me the freedom to grow that I was sent out here to do?
Delme, he's a superior officer. Asking your superior officer for reports on your progress is not a problem.
Yeah, but you said, why is he letting you do stuff? Like, that sounds like you wanted him to exert more control over me, but
I'm your mother. I'm allowed to make sure that you have possible things that can help you. It's my joy in life.
Yeah, but I don't know. It feels wrong, and also, it feels...
Mm-hmm. It feels wrong. It feels
like I'm 12 again.
Suck it up and deal with it.
Ugh.
I'm your
Is
mother.
this gonna be like this way for the next 70 years? Because
I'm your mother. I will never stop being concerned about you. It is my job to be concerned about you. I've been concerned about you since the moment you were born. It is my job as your mother to do what I can to make your life better. And if I can possibly have someone that I know who can and trust can tell me about how you're doing, then yes, I'm going to ask them that.
I don't know. It just seems like you don't trust me to take care of myself.
Delme, I trust you. It's everybody else I don't trust.
If the world is that big and that bad, why send me out into it?
Because the world can always be benefited. And you can make a benefit to it. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be concerned about you.
Okay. Well, I don't think Russ actually knew what he was even doing, to be honest, because when I mentioned you, he said he never met you, so I don't even think Russ knows what's up, which, let's just all be open about stuff.
Delme,
not good.
I will also say this is kind of a good thing for Russ, too. He had some very complicated issues in his past, and he needs somebody to bond with at that level, although he doesn't really understand and know that he needs that level of bonding, and that you might want to, occasionally poke him a few times.
Okay, I can do that. That's fun.
Delme, he used to tell jokes. They weren't funny, but he used to tell jokes.
Bite your tongue.
Oh, no.
No. I don't believe it. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay.
There were knock-knock jokes, Delme.
Okay, I have a new mission. We're gonna add this to the list of, cure Rashard's fang sickness and make sure no one gets eaten by carnage. Make Russ tell jokes again.
Hopefully. Maybe,
Okay.
And then you just
You
hear
can
this
bump it
moment
to the top of the list.
You have this moment of, are bad jokes better than no jokes? I'll take what I can get. Well then.
Yeah.
Look for your father. He'll have arranged everything. And remember, you can call me more often than this.
I know, but I'm trying to do the whole independent thing, and, I don't want to go running to my mom for answers and favors every time I get a little confused.
Fine.
But I will try, and also, Whisper misses you. She was telling me that. I do too, of course.
I miss you too. I'll make sure to send some of the some sweets along with your father, as long as he doesn't eat them. Maybe if he'll send a separate package, then he'll only eat those, and you can actually have some.
It'll be okay, Mom.
I'm sure. A Wyvern and Aldis, and you just hear the connection cut, and you just know that she's if you were in a physical place, she'd be walking out of the room, just being like, "Why is this?"
Oh man, I love it. All right, I think once that conversation's done, Delby's just gonna be I feel like that was a glimpse of that hour and a half long 3-month phone call with your mom that you just go over everything, and then you're talking about your your aunt's whatever, and you're just why did we spend 20 minutes talking about that? But I think after that, I think Delby's too tired to make the other call. She's like, that could wait till tomorrow.
It's I've spent all of my psychic connection phone call ability with talking to my mom for an hour and a half. I don't want to talk to people.
Yeah, who hasn't been there?
Apparently a bunch of white people
Oh,
who don't have those kind of ethnic mothers.
Oh, fair enough. Mine's downstairs. Trust. Yeah.
So
I was disturbed that Prax actually made some direct quotes of my mother. I'm just a little bit disturbed by that one. But it's fine. Apparently, Prax was listening in my mom's conversation with me, wrote down what she said, and just said it.
I would like
right
to
here.
remind. I would like to remind our audience that Trooper's mother is another one of our Trooper's mother is another fine ethnic mother, and I would like to also remind him that my Sicilian mother is 50 feet that way in the other room. You think I haven't had these conversations?
Yeah. There's nothing like that feeling of secondhand dread of oh, I know how this conversation goes. I know what beat for beat the next phrase is gonna be.
Also, it's terrifying because A lot of us are gonna be those ladies.
Look, if I can grow up to be that level of Sicilian hashtag life goals, Sophia from Golden Girls. You know, I'm fine.
There
with
you
it.
go. There you
Picture it.
go.
Well, so Delmay's had that conversation. What are Ritka and Cecilia doing?
Other than a furious amount of research and everything into something about the drain vitality thing has actually set off a couple research bells in Cecilia's head, but I believe Ritka wants to introduce me to Carnage.
She asks if you want to come over and meet Carnage, because across a 30-foot gap span, 50-foot maybe. Like, you want to come, Scaly Boy?
I suppose I can't do a full gamut of research with only 5 books. And she just shuts the one she's reading, puts it back in her bag.
I mean, when have you met the Wyvern? There's one right here. Imagine the research you could get, write down from this in-depth, pleasant meeting, or you're not running for your life or anything.
Oh, yes. I mean, not my area of interest, and wyvern zoology was not really a subject I studied, but I'd
imagine it's not terribly popular in Aldis, because they don't have
No.
wyverns.
No, that's true. But here we are with this big, scaly boy. It's just... How do I do this? What?
Just hold out your hand, and...
That would be communication animal handling.
No, I super do not have that. I can't imagine Cecilia
And
ever
I
had
tell
a pet.
Carnage to be nice. Be
So
gentle.
You get a +2 because
Be nice, be gentle.
Ritka is helping you.
We like Cecilia. Cecilia is very nice. A little nerdy, but very nice.
Alright, what is going on with Roll20 that it is not letting me roll? Here it goes.
13 is not bad. The very large head of this wyvern, who, now that you're up close, again, it doesn't look dark and menacing the way...
And Rika's super comfortable with it.
She's super comfortable with him. But this wyvern doesn't look like any of the wyverns you've seen in books or heard about described. It's not dark and menacing. There isn't this air of corruption around it. It's kind of like a muted metallic gray at this point, in the beginnings of almost like a ruff of an iguana ruff around the side of the head at this point. It's about 25 years, 25 feet long. It's a little bigger than you've seen, and you come up to it, and you're approaching, and he just takes this moment to kind of sniff you, and then will lick you from head to toe.
Oh! Actually, I have 4 stop points. Can I use it to make a new friend?
Yes, you can make a new friend. You can make a new friend with Carnage, because Carnage is best boy.
He's such a good boy.
I'm gonna make I'm just gonna use it. Just have it be oh, this thing just licked me. I've never had a pet before. I don't know what to do, but I think I will die and protect this animal. I'll die for Carnage now. It's surprising. For something so metallic and scaly, he's rather pleasing to the touch.
Yep.
Yes, he's not shedding right now, which helps.
He should.
It's a messy week, yes. Molting. I don't know if that's what you might call it.
And
He's just
big
boy.
Talking, introducing, and being anybody who wants to come meet Carnage, just feel free. Look, Cecilia's here. If Cecilia can meet the big scaly boy, anybody can meet the big scaly boy.
Yes, he's quite sweet.
As you have this moment of you all meeting Carnage, we're gonna take a break for the evening. We'll be back shortly. Go get yourself refreshed, get some more water, stretch, all of those good things, and we will see you later. Bye. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We will have a Vishard shortly, but that's okay. We were, on the, we have the meeting of, Carnage and Cecilia, and Cecilia has a new friend. Carnage likes Cecilia.
Definitely think I'd turn to Rika at some point and be like, I never had a pet. I never understood pets. I wasn't really allowed to have one, and I think I would die for this wyvern.
All right. I wouldn't call Carnage quite a pet. But
No, but I get it. I get the appeal of animal companionship I get it now. I didn't understand it with, Delme has Whisper and Vishard has a bear and a wolf now, and I didn't get it, but standing here with Carnage, I get it now. Russ obviously
for
is
a
a very
nice,
different situation.
a nice, oh yes, of course. I just pat her on the shoulder, like in an I'm happy for you kind of way.
It's just he's so pretty and just why is he so nice? Like, you would kill me.
I think he went through the same thing I did and got over his corruption sickness too. Because when she would have had some time by herself, she would have been like, "You didn't feel very good for a while, did you? But you feel better now. Do you feel better now?" Like, yeah.
Yeah. Now I just.
And Russ is just tracking in the background, looking at tracks, not dealing with all of that.
And I'll point out to Cecilia because she might find it interesting, just all the different parts on a wyvern, like the wingspan and.
So let me just make sure I know what everybody's doing. Russ is just kind of keeping an eye out.
He's actively tracking. He's
actively tracking what?
Looking for because those assassins were physical beings. They had to get here from somewhere. So he's tracking. He's searching for tracks.
Okay, so Psyche, you roll me perception tracking.
I did. It was 13.
Okay, 13.
With a
there are
step
no tracks. Yeah, literally, there are no tracks
Interesting.
beyond where you saw them appear, basically. Where you physically saw them.
Including the big where the big blob was in the little bit further in the forest.
Yep. You see the track of it, like being there.
Yeah.
But nothing.
But not getting there
But
or
not
leaving.
To or yeah. No. Ritka.
Yes.
You and Cecilia are hanging out with Carnage. Delme, you just finished talking to your mother. Vishard, you're picking up exploded armor pieces.
Yep.
You would hear, as you're picking up exploded armor pieces, Vishard, because you're probably the only one close enough at this point, one of the two unconscious individuals kind of groans.
I'll approach.
Fedor is slowly kind of pushing himself up in a very... You've been on a battlefield before. You've seen a couple people with their bell rung. It's that level of, very disoriented. Blinking and the lights are too much. They look... Fedor looks a little... Well, he was looking better, and then he now looks like shit again. What hit me?
We would love to know that.
The shard, right?
Aye. And you are...
Fedor.
Fedor.
Yeah.
he says, looking frantically through the PDF. Got him. Okay.
Dimitri, and he's kind of like rubbing his head, almost like he would if there was like a head injury, but there isn't one. You know that because Cecilia said there was no visible injuries. And he starts looking around as if he's looking for Dimitri, and then kind of starts to try and get up to get to him.
Whoa. I'm just gonna make sure he doesn't like get up and fall down right away. But also, I mean, I've seen people with head concussions
Yes.
or concussions, period. Like if he gets up too fast, or even if the concussion is not fully passed, like chances are he might fall back down, hurt himself, maybe break his neck in the process. So, I normally wouldn't bat an eye because he's Knight of the Skull, but I have learned recently that people can change.
Are you... And he's like, Dimitri, is he okay?
Yeah, well, more or less the same thing happened to him.
Are you okay?
I've been better.
I'm going to lie down again.
Yes, you do that.
And he kind of just like passes out.
Cecilia?
Oh,
I'm
What?
not very knowledgeable about wounds, and well, I'm knowledgeable about causing wounds, not necessarily treating them.
did you hurt yourself?
No, it's
Did he wake up? Did one of them
Fedor.
wake up?
Well, Fedor just woke up, passed out almost immediately after.
All right. I'm gonna run over. I think I know that, like, at this point, it's like there's not a whole lot we can do. It's just gonna be a
Yeah.
lot of the R&R bits, and like if there's any concussion bell rungy kinds of stuff, it's
I mean,
And the sun's set, right?
the sun
Yeah.
has
Dark
set.
has, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
dark. out.
Should we make camp here for the night, or should we try to press on a bit further?
I think we might want to pause for the night. Give our companions here a chance to really recover a bit.
Respectfully, Senior Envoy, I would like to push on at least a little bit from here, where we just got attacked, where they know where we are.
Yeah,
Not
we have to
far.
make sure we're not. Oof, words, Simon. Jesus.
Well,
Yeah,
with-
let's move. Let's
Alright.
just make sure we're not out in the open.
Yes,
But,
I mean that's fine, but can you be delicate with my patients, please? Because even though they are mostly just in the rest stage, there's still a good chance of
Be
causing
gentle.
damage.
I can carry one of them.
Me too.
Russ,
Can't Carnage carry both?
We can put them on Carnage, yes, and if he wants to fly, or
Just walk even.
hold them on the back, yes.
I mean, can you guarantee? Don't get me wrong. I definitely see the appeal of Carnage, but can Carnage be gentle with two people that are likely going to be just on the concussed side of things?
I'll just carry
Otherwise,
one of them.
Whisper can do it.
It's yes.
Oh yes,
She can take
Whisper's,
one.
Whisper's great. That's
And I think the wolves have taken unconscious.
They have taken.
they
Yeah.
have carried
They
a
have.
number of
Why do we have
unconscious
a lot
folk,
of
yes.
unconscious friends in the party all the time?
No, it just happens, you know.
Spring break. Woohoo! Lots of fun.
Would it
Alright.
be all right for Carnage to follow us to the camp for a while, for the night?
Sure. I don't have a problem.
I'm looking around. Are there any? Because if I remember correctly, last week you said we were like at the edge of the forest.
The trees, yeah, the edge of the forest.
Yeah. So if we go out of the forest,
Uh huh.
I mean,
is there any
you
shelter?
had gone out of the forest, and that's when you were attacked.
Yeah,
Okay.
just outside of the forest, though, not very far.
Yeah. So, but because I would rather us not go back into the forest that's behind
Yes,
us.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So looking or going forward, do I see any, or actually, Russ?
Mm-hmm. Like a copse of trees or some big rocks or something.
Yeah. Do you see any source of cover?
I'm on it. Russ, with night vision, takes to the sky to scout out some,
Good rest spot.
shelter, a good rest spot. Although Russ takes up and then comes back down and sits on Delmay's shoulder.
Oh. Hello.
Are you busy?
No.
All right. Leave Whisper here. Let's go. Let's go.
Leave her?
Yep. Let's go.
Where are we going?
We're looking for shelter.
Okay, but
Scouting.
she's better at looking than I am.
Yeah, that's why she's not coming. Let's go.
God, this is a training exercise. Oh, okay, fine. Adelme will grab her. She has a weapon here somewhere. She's
I
gonna
mean, you
take
have a
it.
staff.
We come with
Yeah,
staffs
Her
as
staff, her
adepts.
staff.
I'll
Yes,
hold
her
out
staff.
a mace. Like if
And
I
her
see her
shield.
looking at her staff like it's inadequate, I'm like, what?
Well, no. Remember, she likes keeping your extra weapon on you so she can use
Mhm.
it with her brain.
Yeah.
Do you not have psychic weapon as an option?
I don't have psychic weapon because I didn't have the chance to take I had to take behind the scenes because my main class is Beastmaster. When I leveled up, I got Beastmaster stuff.
Not more
psychic
psych
weapon
stuff.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
future level ups. No, right now Delme just takes Ritka's special what was it, an axe? Or
You can have
dagger?
like a hand axe, or you can have a flail,
I think she takes the
or
axe from the
a
belt
javelin.
and moves
Yeah.
it with her brain, which is fun. Okay, but she's taking her staff and her shield and grumbling. And Whisper is definitely like ears perked, on toes, being like, "We're going?"
Nope.
No.
All right.
Russ is feeling an instructive.
We'll get the
mood.
unconscious people on the wolves while you are
Yes,
scouting for
okay.
shelter.
Yes. Whisper, listen to the adults. I can't say humans, so adults.
The adults.
Listen to the adults.
Listen to the adults.
Delme frowning visibly because she has to leave Whisper behind. Walks out.
And Russ is going to sort of take to the sky, have Overwatch, make a psychic connection between the two of them so that they are connected. All right, Delme, what do you see? Don't ask Whisper. What do you see? Let's go this way.
I have to roll for that, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. Some eyeballs.
Yeah.
Boss.
12! But
You
3
see-
stun points.
Hold on a second. I need to check something. It's a very important thing I need to check.
I do think Vata can see in the dark.
Oh, I have dark vision. I do have dark
Okay,
sight,
yeah.
but only 20 yards.
Yeah, for you, it's mostly slow rolling plains. You do see a couple like individual large rocks in the
Mhm.
near, but nothing really.
See if there's any RP stunts I want to do. Well, Russ, I see about 20 yards of hill.
Mm-hmm. All right, keep going.
All right.
If you're
I'll keep
scouting,
going. But
which way you want to head? And I'm like, just like over, right? And I've got like I got a 15, so I'm gonna just like ping a couple of images of what I'm seeing
Oh, okay.
over to Delme. Just like,
There's a little bit beyond where you were seeing, like just beyond your vision, Delme. Russ pings what he can see, which is bigger and broader, and he can see further in the dark than you can. because Hawk versus Vata.
Yeah.
There is a small, what we would call glacially deposited rock formation.
Okay.
You know,
Ooh.
like a couple large boulders pinned together enough that probably would provide some sort of cover, and enough that you could have a small, like, fire to provide without being seen.
Okay, let's go to that one, the rocks, and then I think Dalme will like take a moment to kind of orient herself to the Hawk point of view, and
It's a little weird
Bird.
because bird point of view is a little odd, right? You just got a beam in your brain.
yeah, I imagine it's something like doing the Google Earth point of
Yeah.
view and knowing where things are, and then like on the street level, and you're
Yeah.
like that way. Yeah, and then she'll head in that direction. And as she's approaching the rock, she will say, Russ, I spoke to my mom earlier tonight. And, well, a couple of things. Mainly, she said that your purifying light, well, she said purifying light, and I think you're the only one who has that here, but purifying light could help Bashard, based on what she's read or what she knows about Fang sickness. And she also named a couple of plants that might help his constitution kind of stave off the physical symptoms, but of course, with anything good, there's a chance of addiction, so we'd have to watch him carefully, but I feel like that's a question. I mean, if he wants to do it, we should at least offer him the option. And
It's important to share information. Quick thing. This is the first place. How do you feel about this as the first place you found to shelter it?
well, I'm gonna I think Dalme will walk around it and kind of try to see what in terms of light would be seen from different angles, like kind of just check out the different vantage points around it to make sure it actually is.
That would be tactics.
What's
Intel?
the base skill for that?
Yeah. Intelligence.
Okay. I was like, a skill Dalme has never had.
Oh
What is-
boy,
what's
you're
next?
not alone.
Rolling for subtlety?
Oh no.
I mean, technically, it's not really tactics; it's military lore. But yeah.
Still, it's just like, oh god.
With a 9, you're pretty sure that you're almost positive that this is a secure location. Again, there's enough. The way the boulders kind of lean into each other, there's a small dugout kind of location that's kind of like almost a natural burrow, probably from some plains animals, have used it before. There's nothing that's been, there
Nice.
doesn't look like any habitation at the moment. You're pretty sure the light, if you put a fire in here, the light wouldn't project. It definitely wouldn't project back towards the tree line. Any light that would be seen would be out towards the plains, towards where
Okay.
you're going, but it wouldn't be a lot.
Okay. I think this is good for what we need and the speed at which we need something, because I think we can't risk taking Fedor and Dimitri too far.
Good. Agreed.
Also, I'm not mad at you. I know you you are a superior, and I know that someone in brass somewhere told you to like look after me for my mom, but I don't blame you for my overbearing mom. And, I don't blame her either. She's being protective and a mom, and I don't think I can do anything about that. Like, I can throw a tantrum. Done that in the past. It didn't work. And I think she would still want reports on how I'm doing. So, I mean, I don't blame you for doing your job, Russ.
Oh. Well, I don't feel like there's some inaccuracies in that account that you just gave.
What do you mean?
Well, first off, I had no idea that I was doing anything for your mother.
Mm.
I was just told that I was supposed to just keep an eye out on you. Now, I thought that was a little bit ridiculous myself. Because, well, for a lot of reasons, really. Mostly, I don't take you for a scout, although you did a pretty good job tonight. So I'm not quite certain I have a lot I can teach you. Seems to me like you'd learn a lot more from Cecilia than you would from me. So always seemed a little bit strange that I was supposed to look out when, I don't, feels to me like when we're looking for mentorship, that Cecilia would be a much better mentor than I would. And also, I don't think you should actually count me as a superior officer, because I kind of went lateral. I'm a recruiter envoy. It's technically the same level as a senior envoy, but it's a little bit out of the chain of command. So you don't have to think about me that way. So
I think it's more about the experience and the gravitas that you get when you've been at this job a while, and when you stop being a clown like me. But I think it wasn't so much about mentorship, because based on what my mom was saying, like, I think she expected you to tell me what to do, which is ridiculous if you actually expect somebody to grow and learn. But, you know, there was like, how did Russ let you near vampires? And why did Russ let you close to them? Why? I mean, you're not... She's my mom, and she can't make me not do stuff, but you're not my mom, so you shouldn't have to. I'm just saying, I talked to her, and I told... I'm going to make the mistakes that I need to make to grow. But I don't expect you, and nor should you have to stand between me and every dumb thing I want to do.
Well, first off, that's going to happen, no matter what, whether or not somebody told me to do so or not. That's what you do. You stand in the way between people who are in danger, and that danger, if you can, that's what you do when you're part of a team. So that's going to happen. That's just how it is. But that has nothing to do with your mother. That's just what you do when you're a part of a team. So there's that.
Yeah.
Secondly, you should perhaps do me a favor and speak in minimize the amount of negativity that you say about one of my colleagues, Delmay. Not a clown, but also not ridiculous. You're not a scout at this point. I don't even know if you ever want to be one. I didn't think so. But you have bravery. You have a good mind. You don't trust yourself enough, which is why you're out here with me and not with Whisper. Whisper's a good creature of the light, and I like Whisper very much. But sometimes I think that you think that Whisper's better than you are, and I don't think that's true at all. You two are good friends. You're connected, but you have value, you have skill. Whisper's not better than you in some way. You just need to believe in yourself a little bit more. And, well, your mom might see you as a small thing, young, and you're certainly younger than I am, but you are, well, you're one of the Sovereign's finest. No one can take that away from you.
Not without a fight. Damn it, Russ. Why are you gonna make me cry in the dark like this? It's not very fine, sovereignly.
There's nothing wrong with tears. They help.
They do ruin your vision. Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Can't see as far.
That's why you have somebody who's got better eyes.
No, yes, that's fair. But I think I'm learning, and I do have Cecilia's. I disagree with the first thing you said, though, that Cecilia is the better one to teach me. I think I have a lot to learn from both of you. I mean, even from Vishard and Redga. I think it would be. I'm out here to learn and observe as much as I can, and I think it would be foolish of me if I just restricted that to what Cecilia has to offer.
Fair. Well, so I just want to let you know it's not like I've been doing anything dishonorable. I've never betrayed your trust, so just want you to know it.
Oh, it's funny you bring that up. That never even crossed my mind, Russ. I can't think of you doing. You and dishonorables aren't words I put in the same paragraph, really. I would never expect you to do anything that went against your code of ethics. And I hope. I don't know. I hope that I can somehow offer you something as well. In terms of levity, because a little bird, I'm being metaphorical, not a literal bird, told me that you used to like to make jokes.
I don't know who told you that.
Is it a lie?
I feel like it's a good job finding this shelter. Should probably let them know where it is. So.
Oh, Russ, before the end of this, we're gonna have we're gonna have a whole stand-up sit with you. It's gonna be great. I love it. I think you have such a wry sense of humor hidden behind that distinguished face of yours that I can't wait to see it come out.
I don't think you understand the ways in which wry hawk humor differ from the humor of two-leggeds. It's a very cultivated taste. Nobody really understands. It's a very complicated, old tradition. Very, very complicated.
Lucky for you, I'm here to learn, Russ. So it sounds like I can count on you to introduce me to this old and complicated tradition of humor.
I just should tell you to be upfront that actually was not true at all. What I just said is not a true statement.
I know.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's okay. We can work on it. We have a lot of other things to do in the meantime. But if you're ever working on some material, I would love for you to test it out with me. That's all I'm saying. I'm here for your jokes, Russ. I'm here for you.
I haven't told a joke in a long time. The world doesn't feel very funny.
I think that's the best time to make jokes. It sounds like everyone needs a laugh.
Russ sits on your shoulder and pecks you on the head twice. Buck, buck.
Who's there?
Major.
Major who?
I made you open the door, didn't I?
I think that loud, it's not that loud a laugh, but she definitely chuckles out loud. And as they're walking back, she'll say, you're not as bad as they said.
Don't tell anybody I told you that joke.
Oh no, I'm gonna treasure that and take it with me to the grave, Russ. That's mine.
Good.
So as Russ and Delmay return with And you can make your way to these hidden culvert kind of rock formation for the night to camp.
Wait, did you feel this? Something's different. And I looked to Ross and Delme.
No. It just feels like the world is a little bit lighter, doesn't it?
Somewhere an iceberg melted.
Did it?
Nope.
An iceberg in your heart, Russ.
Nope.
Yeah!
Nope.
You make your way to this rock formation for the night, with the wolves carrying Fedor and Dimitri. Carnage will kind of like curl up outside, like he's 25 feet long. He's not.
Yeah, he's not gonna fit the. Yeah, he'll sits on the outside. He sits at the door, like the
Yeah,
entrance.
he's gonna be at the door. He's gonna watch. I mean, it's not the first time you've been inside a building that space that he can't fit in. He's gonna curl up there. I'm assuming you're setting watches for the night. Just out of curiosity, what are they?
I think I will take first watch? First or last? I'll leave it up.
I think Cecilia would probably take first watch too. Or want to do.
Delme will
She's not
do
gonna
something, but before she goes to bed, her baby is very, very hurt. And I think Aeson is too.
We should look at the wolves before.
I think we probably should have done that when I thought about it before. But I'd left them.
Yeah, no, but let me just check something very quickly while you were away. Do I have healing? Oh no, I don't. I cannot heal my pets.
Whisper is down below 50%.
Fortunately for both of you, that's what I do.
Yes, I can help too.
You have animism, Cecilia?
No, but I have healing, and I would think that I can help.
Oh, how do we heal pets? What do we need for that?
Oh, do we need something special? Oh, well then.
I mean, I have animism.
I mean, you can use like your medical skills, but you can't magically heal animals without animism.
So I could. Even if I used medicine, would I still get the?
Oh wait.
Will they get
No.
the HP back?
I'm a master at animism.
Might be different. What's the spell? Is it cure?
Yeah.
But I also have healing at a
so do
lower
I.
level. So I can do cure.
I have healing
and
at the
I have
master
animism.
level.
Yeah. So how does this work between us?
It actually works. It's any living creatures.
Okay.
So that's why
For
I
cure?
can never have it. Yeah, for cure.
Okay.
Because you're not living?
Not never.
No, it's because I don't have. What I mean by never have it is, I can receive it, but I can't cast it because I don't have access to healing, which allows you to heal others, or meditative, which allows you to heal yourself.
Okay.
Gotcha. So we can cure these wolves.
Yeah.
Is Ragnar also hurt?
Ragnar
took some damage from chomping on the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, let's all be impressed
a
that
little.
Simon has 3 character sheets right now.
Right?
Oh, that's just, you've never seen me playing in 3rd edition D&D with the leadership feat.
Oh.
Attracting
Prestige class.
NPCs is something I do.
Yeah.
I like that. I don't play often enough, so give me all the characters at the same time.
Well. All right.
So what I'm going to do is ask you to make one roll, and then we're going to apply that to all of the animals rather than have you roll repetitively.
And
Okay.
is there any helping I can do?
You can help her with the original roll, but
Okay.
Yeah.
it's-
Let me get to the.
your help gives her a +2.
Okay, so let
Okay,
me roll
let me-
here to make sure I'm helping, right?
No, I think you just give me the +2.
I just
on-
give you the +2.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like the aid action. You're taking the aid.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you're
like,
not-
you can
let me
probably
pull
see
up
like
the-
calming the animals down and talking to them and
Yeah. I'm gonna actually pull it up
asking
on
them
the
where they
thing 'cause there's a
hurt.
fatigue. Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure
Casting
going-
the spell,
Mm-hmm.
which it didn't do any of
14,
that.
17. Yes, it did. 17.
Okay. 17. Sweet.
Aw.
And then let me roll the fatigue on it before I get you the how much it works for.
8, 3 is... Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, yeah. We're good on that. All right. Okay. Drama die on that roll was a 5. Drama die, intelligence, focus, level. Okay. Drama die, intelligence, focus, level is 20.
So all of the animals get 20 HP back.
Yes.
That is excellent. That's a lot of HP, and Whisper took a lot of damage, so.
That's just...
Now if I use the healing action though, like on people instead of using cure, like it's even more buff and beefy.
Nice.
It's like 3 times the drama die plus my intelligence. So
Wow.
I get a lot of points back when the time comes if I just do it by non-magical healing.
As you go around healing all the animals, you might see a hint of FOMO in Vishard's eyes as he's bleeding the fuck out.
Well, it's not like I'm not going to come over and try to help you too, but there's only so much I can do.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I'll wait. I'll wait.
Rika can recognize that that's a wound, but she can't do anything on it. You don't want her to try to do
Wait,
anything
how
about
hurt
it.
is Vashard?
Vishard's at 2/3.
Maybe Delme can go try to.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think as soon as
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things. It's like I'm on one of the wolves. I'm just gonna look at Delme and be like, "If you're not gonna help with the animals, do you mind checking on Vashard?
Oh, right. And then Delme will get up. and
That's
scramble.
our duty."
Yes. I'm
Yes,
sorry. I'm
it's
very
her
new at-
duty.
Duty.
Yeah.
It's. I'm really new at this healing thing, and so let me just give this a try. Where are your wounds? Where's the big one?
Where are your wounds?
Delme, that
Abs.
is.
No, that was me out of character. I'm sorry. That was not Delme.
That would've been amazing.
Oh, it would actually be so funny.
But it would be funny. Delme has eyeballs though on the wounds.
But she might need to touch them, or the abs at least. It's really
Yeah.
Tell me
unclear.
everywhere
it's the
that
abs.
needs tending
Everybody,
to.
slow your roll. Delme knows what she's doing.
I would like to point out that Vishard did take shrapnel damage, so
Yeah.
he probably needs to
Um,
take the armor off to find
not
all of the places
just
that he took
shrapnel.
damage.
Yeah, I took shrapnel, and I think one of them got a hit in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do you think
I
she's
Can-
gonna examine for shrapnel, and if there's nothing like obviously sticking out, she's going to help
Pieces.
remove
yeah.
the armor.
yeah, I'll start unstrapping.
One, Shard, at this rate, you really have to question, are clothes even smart? I mean, how many shirts have you bled through? I'm just saying. She her hands are
as
like
I-
busy helping
Delme
take
doing the
armor off.
Lord's work.
As I take the shirt off, it's the same one I had last season. I don't have a change of clothes, so it's just brown now.
Oh, but
Oh.
Shard, your shirt's mostly whole now.
I know.
Oh,
I-
God, no.
I could go without the shirt, but then the armor would chafe.
Oil can help with that.
Are you
Love
sure?
Delme's suggestions.
I mean, not that I don't trust you, Delme, but I've never seen any soldier oil their chest before putting on an armor.
I know.
Maybe
It's a
perhaps
real
a very
shame.
Watching the wrong kind of soldiers.
I should. I mean, I haven't seen it outside of publications. But I should
Richard
write a
says
letter
nothing.
to somebody to make it happen.
I mean, at this rate, I think my body took enough punishment over the years that I'm technically almost armored, even if I'm not wearing anything.
You're not a walking scar, Richard.
No, what I mean is, I got an armor rating of 2 when I'm naked,
Yeah.
which I'm trying to
Delme
translate
just pauses.
into.
You can see her blue screen
Basically,
for about 10 seconds.
one day I will be as strong as steel for real. Or I should say as
Right.
hard as steel. But
Oh my.
that's not today.
Delme is still blue. Delme is stuck in blue screen mode for a second, and then at this point, if Richard is out of the shirt, I think she'll finally be like, "Okay, we should heal you and your armored body. Let's do that."
Oh, yes, please. It's still just made of gooey parts.
Cecilia, Ritzka, what are you staring at intently?
Oh, I think you know.
Okay, good to know. I'll come
Just,
back
you
in
know,
a second.
Here,
Using
let me
my
let me
eyeballs.
let me put it in the Discord. I've been keeping this image.
Oh.
Is it gonna make her blue screen again?
Yes.
Yep.
It's just made me blue screen.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I know
Okay.
that artist. I know that whole art series, by the
Yeah,
way.
I know. It's a whole series here
Here
for
for it.
everyone in Twitch chat.
Yep.
It's someone I've used as a claim for Vishard for a long time.
Mhm. It's a very
I
great
think-
series, but
Yeah.
um,
As Delme is examining your wounds, you hear her mutter under her breath. How does Cecilia do this? Like I don't.
Don't worry,
Like,
Cecilia.
Delme is very like once again she's Peggy Carter and Captain America gif.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel better, I'm like working on. She's like working on the animals and just kind of like has trained periphery, just like
Delme is doing public service, y'all.
She is. She's doing.
I'm
work.
just letting your chaos go, but I am absolutely watching.
Are you've been poking and prodding for some time, Delme. Do you think there's more shrapnel?
There's only one way to find out, Richard.
You want to put your fingers in my holes? I mean wounds?
Not in public, but maybe that's something we should talk about when it's private time.
so
I'm not opposed.
look, I need 2 particular roles. One,
Yeah.
I need communication romance from Delme.
Yep.
Okay. Communication. What is her communication? No, she's got a 3.
Do I have to roll oblivious?
No.
Delme is better at talking to animals than humans.
Okay. But that's still a 15.
That ain't bad.
That's a 15.
She's smooth talking. She's got this.
Yeah, 15 is good.
I've been told I was an animal in bed.
Wait, well, okay, I don't have to use flirt on you because you're not opposed. Wait, do I?
You can
Should I
still
my
use
stunt
it.
Points to okay, I'm gonna use my stunt points to
You don't
cast-
have any stunt points though.
Oh, I don't.
Aw.
Oops, I looked at the wrong roll.
You
I saw the
rolled
one
3,
above it
4.
with the 2.
You rolled 3, 5, and 4. So
I have a question.
yes.
What would you, if you had stunt points, what would you use them for?
Flirt.
Or flirt.
How much does that cost?
Too many.
Oh.
Just 4.
Oh, I can't help you with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really trying to inspire people. I mean,
Well, you don't have any stunt points, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
you just
But
do
you
a
could-
romance.
But you could get stunt points.
Yeah, but as the flirting, I will let Vishard answer for his reaction to the effective flirting of Delme. How effective is up to Vishard's choice.
Pretty smooth.
It's effective.
Ritka, with your
Yes.
perception eyeballs,
Yes, I'm just taking in the scenery.
it's very nice scenery.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice scenery. But since you're also looking around,
Yeah.
you
With
you-
my eyeballs.
with your eyeballs, you would be the one to notice that, Dimitri, who's kind of leaning next to you, is got his eyes open and is also staring at the very.
Bleh.
And then he will side glance at you, like not move,
Yeah.
but just move his eyes.
Yeah.
He's like, my head. I feel like crap, but
Yeah, and just very, very quietly in Kernish, because, pretty close by. I know, right?
do you think?
The scenery is very nice in all this.
Do you think? I heard something about oiling. Do you think we can convince Fedor of that?
Wouldn't hurt to try, but maybe when you're feeling a bit better.
When have you known me not to try whenever I could? And he kind of like sits up at that. And everyone would see him sit up, like obviously.
I think Delme still needs to actually roll to
Yeah,
heal
you roll.
Vashar?
You need to roll the
You need
heal.
to roll the heal.
Yeah.
But you do a hecking good flirt
Well,
Flirt.
and community service.
thank you very
You've done a
much.
community service.
I think we should thank those animated armors for exploding all over him and needing his shirt to be taken off.
Are you wishing ill upon me for your own
No.
lustful gaze?
No! How dare you?
I mean, she's
She's just thankful for what she has. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
Looking at the bright side of a dire situation.
Okay.
so
Always look at
cure
the
is
outside.
cure is the drama die plus your level plus your intelligence,
Yes.
And if you have a healing focus too.
and if you have healing focus.
I wait. That's not me. That's Whisper. I was like, -1.
So it's 6 plus 8 is 14.
Plus-
No, I have shaping. I don't have healing.
What is your intelligence?
Do you have the intelligence healing focus? That's what it is.
Okay, so 20, and then you said, or excuse me, 6 plus 8 is 14, plus 2 is 16, plus. Do you have a?
I don't have
hit-
intelligence.
Okay,
but
so
I don't
it's
have
14 HP to Vashard.
I tried.
14.
16, because you did.
16, yeah,
16,
intelligence.
Sorry, 16, because the intelligence.
Thank you.
I think I've done a pretty good patch job, but I think you should probably also go to Cecilia and
The rest can like I probably can just rest a bit. I
Sleep
know
it off?
Cecilia. Yeah, I know Cecilia's
not bleeding
probably very
anymore.
busy with the
Yeah.
animals.
you're not bleeding anymore. But if you just want to sleep off like the soreness and bruising, I think you might be okay.
Oh, apparently Cecilia really wants to help. I'm just looking at her face right now.
No, I can't. If you do, you want me to? Delme is still a student. I am a full
If I
professional.
catch
I have
Vashard
lost my
looking
leg.
over at Cecilia, Delme being ever the good friend, it's just like she might. I think she would feel more useful if she can help.
Isn't she your teacher?
Yes, but she's also my friend, and I want her to feel useful. And sometimes I feel like she doesn't think she's pulling her weight or something, and I don't want her to feel that way. She's so important, and I think we should do this for her.
Look, I need a deception
Yeah.
roll. Sorry.
What I was gonna say. I appreciate.
I will
I appreciate the
point out
hustle.
that Vashard is fatigué.
Oh yeah,
is.
I am.
He has to roll he has to roll perception empathy against it, but he has to beat an 8. And
I
he
got it.
still
Oh, he
does.
does.
I'm assuming it's a communication roll.
Yes, it's communication.
Okay.
Deception.
I have it. I actually can do really heckin' good, but I've not rolled it ever. So
That
Yeah,
we know
so
of.
you kind of believe it for like half a second, and then you just Vashard. She lays it on just a little too thick.
Yeah.
What?
What subtlety? She doesn't know one.
Delme, I don't know if she wants to exert herself on my behalf. I mean, you sure?
Just a question, a technical question as to how healing works. Because I actually need to roll fatigue too.
Yep.
With every heal we do, every cure we do, like
You have to roll fatigue. And you're fine.
Okay, so then to Vishar, she'll say, I think she would want to go and help as much as she could until it started affecting her. But hey,
No,
you can sleep it off. That's okay. I just think you have a lot.
No, I'll
already on your
I'll
plate.
go and I'll approach Cecilia.
Okay, there you go. Delme will watch him walk away.
Of course she does. We've all been watching.
Hey,
Where's Simon? Good God.
oh, and for added effect, I think as you approach Cecilia, he's just gonna scratch the back of his
Yep.
Of course he is. And she's just,
I think Delme's
Look.
gonna go immediately over to Ritka, stand next to Ritka. Yep.
the wolves are great. Ragnar's great. Everyone
Thank you.
seems
Thank you.
going to rest comfortably.
I know normally you're like a person I go to when I have a problem, like, you know, emotionally speaking.
Yes.
I kind of have one right now, but I think the physical problem is more pressing. But I'd like to maybe talk to you again later when we get to Aldis about something important.
Of course. In your due time. So what you need now is physical help?
Wait,
Yes.
Vishard,
What?
it's 18.
18 what?
Because you count as Vata for the purposes of healing magic.
Yeah, but it only it only ups my constitution
No,
for
it
the
ups-
purposes of
It ups your constitution for the purposes of healing magic, but that means it works for their cure. So you get higher.
Oh yeah, I can read that to you. It's the health and healing recovery. Constitution is considered 2 points higher for health and healing recovery.
Yeah, so when you add your constitution for your regular healing, or for when you take potions, you add the +2.
Then Cecilia, it's fine because apparently I'm only missing like a nick, the one I made on my finger when I pricked myself earlier. So
Oh.
but I really do need to. Wow, I feel a bit stupid, half naked like this. But-
No, it's, Delme did good work.
Are you sure? I know you were teaching her healing, and I'll like even turn around to show like the back to make sure like
As soon as you can't see her
Tell me,
face, it's just like
yeah.
perfect red, perfect fade of the red. When he turns
And
around, just
when Vishar
professional.
turns around, Ritka and Delme immediately look deep in conversation and not like they were staring at all.
Delme, roll me perception hearing.
Ooh, I don't have that. Only whisper though.
Russ is just doing his job. It's like, I don't know what's going on with these like two-leggeds. What's going on?
there's a lot of hormones going on right now.
There's a lot of hormones going on right now.
a lot has happened.
You have come up next to Ritka, but you can just barely hear on Ritka's other side. Dimitri, who had sat up at this point, is whispering in Kurnish at her.
Does it?
Just whispering
Does it sound
occasional few words in
lustful?
Kurdish back.
You can't tell.
Okay, because if it's one of those things where it's like doesn't matter what the language, you know the
It's
the
like-
thought.
Ah.
You're like, amen.
Then you will
bud."
hear a brief whisper from Inkurnish from Ritka back, and then Dimitri will full on snort and then turn to look at Cecilia, Vishard, you.
Fair.
Do you guys never just go ahead and have the orgy?
I think Ritka just like can't help it and just like a cough snort comes out. It's just like
It's a great stress reliever.
I try not to mix Witcher and Blue Rose, Dirka.
I think upon seeing that reaction out of Ritka, Delby will say, I don't know what he said, but I'm pretty sure I agree.
leans in, whispers.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
So-
still spoken Kurdish, but he,
Yeah. No, that's why Delby's like, I don't know what he said, but I'm pretty sure I agree if he got that reaction.
but he
out of
said
it.
it out loud as expecting
Uh-huh.
everybody to understand. So I
Yeah,
think the only
and
people who
like
understood were
Delmay's
Ritka
his
and
drinking
Bashard.
buddy,
I know Cecilia
And
speaks
Cecilia.
Kurdish.
and so she'll just whisper the translation to Delmay, so she doesn't feel
Ooh.
left out.
Yeah,
Also
you know how I
smart.
said the red had faded from Cecilia's? It's just
And poor Russ is just so confused. Like, I don't.
permanent.
So, night vision, guard duty.
Yes. That.
Ritka, you said first watch is you.
First or last, I will take either.
You see in the
Just hate
dark.
middle watch.
Bashard, you said you wanted second watch.
And I would prefer not to be alone.
Of course not.
I can take second watch. I don't have much for the eyes, but I'm at least useful.
Are you two good in the dark in the middle of the night by yourselves?
What?
Of
I'm a
course I
consummate
am.
professional, sir. Russ, I'm disappointed that you would. How dare you? How?
Rika knows Cecilia
Glancing at
misinterpreting that,
Richard's
and,
half
and
naked.
is
It's like,
just
how
turning
dare
around to
Russ looks
snicker.
very confused.
Consummate professional. I have never once had my dignity so maligned by someone that is supposed to be my ally.
I don't
I think
understand.
he meant night vision, Cecilia.
Oh yes, I don't have night vision, but I am perfectly great with the other parts of guard duty, which is general tidying of things and also night rounds of patients and.
I'm just saying that, well, Delmay has night vision and also Ritka has night vision. Also, I can see in the dark as well. So I just
Well,
thought
let me be useful for once.
No, I just meant that there should be someone with night vision on each one of the 3 shifts. That's all.
I think Vashard has night vision too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I
As
think
a,
I think
as a
Cecilia is
wolf
the
person.
only member of our party who does.
I'm the only one without night vision.
Yeah.
And
Then-
the only one.
Well, then that makes sense.
I can
like-
take first watch with Ritka.
Great. Which means I've got third watch.
By yourself?
Yep.
You're okay with that?
Of course.
Whisper can do it with you.
Just spry.
Would you want to be separated from Whisper?
I mean, it's not going far. I'll be sleeping right here.
Yeah, I'm fine doing guard duty by myself.
Okay, and if you want her,
Have you ever
can,
seen me on guard duty by myself? And Russ strikes a pose, looking out to the middle distance.
I mean, if I were a ne'er-do-well, I would think twice.
All right then. Cecilia?
Russ?
And Russ flies down. Hood, if you wouldn't mind.
Yes.
Little sleepy time hood for Bird.
Oh.
Do you really need the hood even if it's night?
Could be a comfort thing,
That's true.
Oh, okay.
like a
Probably.
sleep mask.
I mean, he can get it off if he needs to. She just can't put it on.
Yes.
That makes sense.
As the night will fall, And first watch is Delmay and Ritka. Could you both roll me perception, seeing or hearing your choice?
Eyeballs for life. Yeah.
Nothing moves in the darkness. A couple rabbits. Maybe a skunk. Second watch, as you go back to bed, Vishard is rolled. Cecilia, you get a -2 because you can't see in the dark.
And
I asked
yet,
Dilme if she wants to get up
Well,
just before dawn for something fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're gonna come back to that. 13.
Yeah, 13.
Cecilia, again, nothing moves in the night. However, could you, roll me Psychic Shield, please?
Oh.
I can. Don't know if I like where that's going.
8, 12, 17.
Yes. Allow me to check in case I need to bolster myself a little bit with them stunt points. Can I turn this into an arcane shield? Just in case. Just a paranoid arcane shield.
I mean,
I
it's
think
not
I still have
really-
fatigue on this too. Let me double check though.
There isn't. It's not about that. It's about whether something.
Oh, there's no wait,
There's no
no fatigue.
Yeah, there's no fatigue.
Do you have the psychic specialization? Focus? Arcana focus?
I have that's one of my arcana focuses.
So then that would be like a 19? Because like your focus wasn't in there.
Yeah, it didn't add your spellcasting
Oh!
focus. So
Okay,
19.
yeah.
All right.
And then you can use those 4 to put you up at 23 if you needed.
Yeah, if I need it, I'll do that.
Yeah, so you put yourself to a 23. Still not good enough, but good try.
Well, listen.
Gave it the good old college
You
try.
did.
Yeah.
You did. I mean, I rolled these. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm excited to see where it goes.
It's the middle of your watch. Vishard looks a little tired, but he's focused. He's doing his job. You feel something brush along the outside of your mind. And then it kind of, like, you feel your shields just kind of be brushed away negligently. Having fun, little sister.
Is this really what we're going to do now? This is what we're going to do. You're gonna haunt me from beyond the grave.
Who said it was beyond the grave?
I saw you die. I held your dead body in my arm for too many hours, frankly, but trauma does weird things to your brain.
Death is merely a state of being.
Not you two.
Now, little sister. Did you think it was just others?
Whoever is using you as the avatar to torture me, I can't even imagine the level of depravity that they would need.
It's a lot of fun. You should embrace that depravity, little sister.
I told you. It's not me.
Really? Someone decided to play with sorcery nearby a little bit ago.
Well, there have been a fair number of Knights of the Skull, a roaming Aldis, and a vampire, and some specters.
And you kind of taste of it, darling.
Against me, surely.
Really? Is that what you're going to argue? That you didn't cast any sorcery? Didn't even try? I know you better, Cecilia. I can smell it on you.
Well, perhaps there was once a hasty choice was made. I'm not doing it again. One thing done in hastiness for the good of others is not enough to justify the corruption of it all.
Are you sure, Cecilia?
Oh, I'm very positive.
Are you sure you wouldn't do it, even if it would prevent your little boy toy over there from turning?
He's not my boy toy.
Really? That's your justification?
What are you playing at? I'm not going to use sorcery. We're going to fight. There are cures for fang sickness that exist. I just don't have them at my disposal. Delmaison, we have more than one person on the case.
Cecilia, you've been in that library for years. You know that there's no such thing as a cure for fang sickness. At least, not in that library.
Well, it would violate the sacred oath that I have taken to do no harm.
Oh, and you keep to that oath so strongly now, do you, little sister?
Exceptions can be made.
So when you know that this sorcery can cure your little friend,
Leave him out of this.
but he's all tied in the middle, isn't it? I see in your mind, Cecilia. Don't have very doctory feelings for the gentleman now, do you?
That is a patient and a friend and somebody that I'm on envoy with. Just because he's good looking doesn't mean I'm going to indulge.
Oh, look, you acknowledge that he's good looking.
Everybody has eyes. We can see.
And lather and swallow, apparently.
It does not matter what I think. He is still a patient nonetheless.
Tick tock, little sister.
Well, if you're just gonna come and drop the mysterious thing, then tell me, what book am I looking for? I'm not going to use it, but go ahead. You know you want to tell me. Go on.
I mean, did you get rid of all of my books, Cecilia? No, you wouldn't get rid of books. You never get rid of books.
No, but they are put away where no one else can find them. So that nobody makes your mistakes.
I wonder, Cecilia, was it my mistake that saved your life? Would you make the same one to save his? And you just feel that mental presence leave.
I think she's just middle distancing.
The night continues. And that's where we're going to end for tonight. How we doing? We feeling okay? We alright?
The
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah.
The dark bargain drama. Can't have a funny rom-com moment without it coming to this, can we?
What is this? I mean, come on.
I don't think I mentioned that I do not like your brother.
I don't think anybody likes Raoul, but he's dead, despite what he acts like in my head.
Emo.
Death is just a state of being.
What I heard. That's what I heard.
That's
Y'all
what the
heard
rumor
it.
mill says these days, you know.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Some questions.
Fine.
It's fine.
So, why don't we go in reverse order? Tell everybody where you can be found, where all of the wonderful things are. Thank you, chat, for all of your help. I love one of these little fireside chat episodes where little things kind of come out and we can get all the little character moments.
Yeah.
As for me, I'll do all of my spiel at the end, but tell everybody where they can find you and share some love today, something you enjoyed and just had a lot of fun with. So we'll go in reverse order. So we start to my right on the overlay with Delme. Hey Pooja, how you doing? Have fun today?
Hello. I had such a blast. As everyone knows, I'm Pooja. You can find me on Twitter at Pooja, and you can find me on Instagram and on Twitch as Poojaberwalkie. And as for a streaming schedule, you can see me on this Tuesday on Manapot Studios channel, where we're playing an Agatha Christie murder mystery in the Good
Nice.
Society system.
Mhm.
Wednesday, I will be on Craftic Studios RPG channel for the third session of this round of playtesting Omens Rising, which is a fantastic brand new game system that I am helping write a culture on. And Thursday, I will be on Simon's channel, The Wandering DM, playing Sentinels of the Multiverse, a comic book style superhero RPG where we make a different comic issue every week. And then, of course, back here next Sunday for more drama of the best kind, because we's a dramatic bunch and it's lovely. And as for love, I think everyone just had so many great moments. It's hard to pick, but I think my selfishly favorite moment was Russ's inspiring speech. I feel like I needed I feel like I got buffed by that speech he gave Delme, honestly, because it's always great to see that like inner leader come out of Russ, because I feel like even Russ doesn't believe it's there. And you know, when Russ is downplaying his like what Delme can learn from him, and then he busts out that speech. I don't know, it was just a beautiful moment that showing that Russ has faith in other people even when he doesn't have faith in himself, and it's just my heart. Yeah, that's enough for me. See y'all around on the internet, and find me on Twitter for more streaming details.
And then next up, hey Alyssa, how are you? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm great. I'm gonna be living in the moral hellscape of what the hell do I do? It's beautiful. To be fair, I did DM Prax during this game. It was like, okay, I know specific research holes Cecilia's gonna go on because she wants to cure fang sickness. And she's like, well, you can't do this, and you can't do this. And it's like, Delme has stuff, don't worry about it. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna cure him. And then it's like, oh no, I set myself a trap, didn't I?
Yeah.
Well,
Look, everything that happened in your solo episodes all had relevance for season 2. Just saying.
yeah.
I hope that's not true. Oh no.
Oh, I don't want to cry over us again, but it'll happen.
It'll happen.
But
it's good. Just think of it as cleansing.
Yeah,
Emotional
cleansing light.
catharsis.
Cleansing light.
Yeah, it's definitely that. But as for the not interesting stuff, hi, I'm Alyssa or Xander Slamilton on the internets. This is all I'm doing right now, which is totally cool, totally chill, totally happy with it. This was great. As for love, two things. Number that had nothing to do with the Raoul thing, because like selfishly that's number one, but like the other two big ones that are also tied for number one would be Russ's amazing speech, because that was that whole scene of Delme and him interacting and the joke and just divine, beautiful. And then the second being for we're gonna undress Vishard and I'll have everybody just eyeballs. we're gonna have this moment of the pure abs of it all. And also the whole Raoul thing. It's just so much fun. Let's play evil.
Hey, Trooper. Speaking of Russ and the dad speeches, how you doing?
I'm doing excellently. What I'm really excited about is how Prax. I just heard her say that everybody's like traumatic stuff that happened in their solo episodes, except mine, are going to come back this season, which is pretty cool. So like that, because I totally heard Prax
No.
say,
I said everything that happened in your backstory, all the solo episodes, was relevant for this season.
Okay, I'm gonna just pretend like it'll be safe. And anyway.
Oh wait! That counts.
What?
That counts. Thanks, Trooper.
The Hudson counter.
Hudson. So let me see. I am Trooper SJP. You can find me at Trooper SJP here on the Twitch, and I'll be, doing stuff on Wednesday. You'll find me at The Witcher, where bad things are going to happen, like probably to kick off the episode. Yeah, so that'll be great. So come on Wednesday to see bad things happen to my character.
Or good things.
And also, let me see what. And then Sunday, you can find me here. Saturday, I'm going to be doing an arena on my channel, Trooper SJP, starting at noon Eastern time in the GURPS, and it'll just go until we finish all of the battles. It'll just be like big old arena combat. And my love is going to go to, I'm going to give my love to Lindy, and I'm going to give my love to Lindy's, okay, so when you're watching a movie, right? And then like there's like in the foreground there's somebody talking, and in the background there's that person who's like stealing the scene with like their amazingness. I want to give my love for Ritka's sly comments about the abs. Also, Carnage love. Like I just there was like a lot of amazing Ritka just adding to everything that was happening in the best way, and that is my love.
All the best love, which leads directly to the wonderful, hey Lindy, how you doing? How's Ritka feeling?
Me? Oh gosh, good golly, gee willikers. Ritka is feeling, she's feeling okay. She's got a lot of feelings going on right now. Like, cause Carnage is back and it's making her feel all warm and fuzzy, which, she's always had a soft spot for Carnage. Not that she would tell anybody that, but now that they're both like on the non-mega corruption train, it's just like, oh, my boy, my big scaly boy. And she missed him. She didn't realize how much she missed him until she like saw him again. It's one of those things. And Dimitri and Fedor aren't dead, so that's good. And she sympathizes with Dimitri being like, do they always take this long to get to the orgy or any action? Is it a lot of this here? Because I've been here for 5 years and I've not seen an orgy, so it's just yeah. But boy, yeah, so there's some things in Kernish exchanged
Yes, there were.
between the two of them very quietly about maybe people who are really nice and good on the outside, but maybe have a lot of pent-up, lustful emotions that they might be great in orgies. Those kinds of thoughts and things and feelings. But you can find me online. I laugh with Lindy. And I want to give love to Delmay. Just everything Delmay did today. Her phone call with her mom. Her providing community service for the group. By tending to Richard's shrapnel injuries and just and also Cecilia being like, I get pets now. I get it. I would die for Carnage.
I would die for this big scaly boy.
It was just really cute to see Cecilia have a little moment like that where she's like, ugh, about something that's not books. It was just precious and adorable. But yeah, that's me. Laugh, love, Lindy. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, etc. I play and GM a lot of tabletop RPGs. You can find me on my channel tomorrow and Tuesday, so Monday, Tuesday night, for Dungeons and Dragons. We are playing Wanderlust and Wildmount tomorrow, and everything's fine. It's all fine. We're all fine here. There's some group tension going on, but it'll be okay. And then on Tuesday, we missed last Tuesday because people weren't feeling well and things happened. But Aslan's Castle, be there because they're trusting his imp familiar to lead him around, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good time. I've got some notes. And then of course Wednesday for Witcher, cause that's gonna be awesome. And then yeah, that's about it. Just follow me on Twitter because I always retweet what I'm doing and where.
Yes, it will. Wednesday will be awesome. Hey, Simon.
Yeah, I'm not just taking a great nap. Wednesday's gonna be so relaxed. I'm gonna do this. That's the night. It's gonna be great.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you will.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Simon. How are you? How you doing? How's Vashard feeling?
I mean, right now, good, I guess. I don't hurt anymore. And I have no idea what just happened with Cecilia and her brother. I'm completely oblivious to this. I've been keeping watch, sometimes glancing at Delmay sleeping, sometimes glancing at Ritka sleeping, sometimes glancing at Russ to make sure he's not looking at me, glancing at Ritka and Delmay.
She's curled up with Carnage for the night, by the way. She's just nestled up against.
Mm-hmm.
And but mostly keeping an eye out for danger. As for love for tonight, I enjoyed the whole episode, but I think one of the moment that I wasn't expecting actually was Delmay and Russ, which I really enjoyed. I really liked. Just Russ taking Delmay out for like a training exercise and being all, paternal, and like Delmay finally squeezing a joke out of Russ and probably freezing the nine hells over. Otherwise, you can find me here on Wednesdays and Sundays playing Witcher and Blue Rose, 2 games in which I believe these 2 respective season 2s of both shows will have an orgy at some point, or at least touched upon the subject of. I don't know. But yes, you can catch the Exuberant Cadarn on Wednesdays here. Otherwise, like Pooja said, on Thursday we are playing issue number 6 of Sentinels of the Multiverse, which closes the first arc, what I call the tutorial arc, and then we're going to start a new arc, a new print run, if you prefer, or I don't know exactly how they call it in the game, but with another 6 issues, 3 of which will have a special guest. Another one of the rare superheroes across the globe who hasn't completely disappeared during the catastrophe event. I don't remember what I called it. And then on Friday, we're going to be back with Cyberpunk Season 5. I couldn't be there on Friday because, oh boy, did I get some weird effects from the vaccine, y'all. I ended up having like a fever and needing to sleep with like a sleeping bag on top of me for warmth. That was cool. I haven't had a fever in ages, and yes,
vaccine.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm not bitching about it. I'm not saying like, oh, I shouldn't have gotten it. No. It was a good thing. It's just, holy shit, it knocked me out. But yeah, we'll be back for Cyberpunk, and then on Saturday, so this coming Saturday and the one after, or it's just this coming Saturday because we just passed one. Yeah. So next Saturday we're not playing Scion. We're on a short break because everyone has either work or life or stuff going on. So with all the players split across all of their different things, it's preferable to just like wait until we can all get back together. So that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully that's going to be in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Is all.
That is everything. And as for me, hey all, you know me. I'm at DearShotland on Twitter, Praxagorth Thesmia4. You see me around here on Twitch. And yes, we will be here on Wednesday. There will be a scene that will begin the session on Wednesday with some characters whose names are Javik, Yanto, and Kadern. And I've told people, y'all bring your popcorn. It's going to be popcorn. And Lindy will confirm that we've been sharing, like, some messages.
Gifts and pictures, and yeah.
They're And
it'll be great, because Prax and I can use the popcorn, because GM and
well, no,
napping.
I can't, because I'm playing
So-
Javik.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll eat popcorn for you.
Okay,
I'll eat
well, I'm gonna
popcorn
have
on
my
your
popcorn
behalf.
so that I can have the part. You
The
know,
after,
there'll be time for
While
me to
I'm
do it
napping.
afterwards. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. And then on Friday over on Wandering DM for some more Cyberpunk Red with my Trins. Trins is Trins, y'all. I love her. And then back here on Sunday, where we're gonna see what happens next. And Simon, you had something else?
Yes, because I forgot, because it's completely new and I'm allowed to talk about it. So it started this afternoon. It's going to be for the next 3 weeks. I am on roll for it, playing in their last season of Last Ditch, where we play. Basically, we were supposed to play Grimdark, Warhammer 40k. We're playing MASH with
No.
a dash of Police Academy.
Let's rephrase this. You and Sheep and Unmade Gaming are playing
Yeah.
Warhammer.
Yeah, we basically, the three of us who played Warhammer over on Mike's channel are playing Warhammer again, which means that nothing is sacred and nothing is grim and nothing is dark, and it's hilarious. And I think there were like 28 clips of me, which is like the highest amount of clips I've ever seen of me over the like 4 years I've been streaming. So it's freaking hilarious. But check it out. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern on Sundays.
It was hilarious. I'm just gonna say. But yes, there's that. And then as for me, hey all over on YouTube, I see you. I thank you. I appreciate all of your hanging out, everything that you do. Like I said, yes, Trooper.
The joke wouldn't have come out if Delme hadn't said who's there. Just gonna say it. Talk. And then if she hadn't said who's there, there'd been no joke. So it was I'm just saying. Could have missed it.
We could have.
But Demi was quick on the uptake. She was like,
We can indeed.
you're
But
muted.
I would say, really, we have to.
now you
We thank her mom. 'Cause she specifically mentioned knock jokes.
It's true.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
I'm just gonna tell you all there are jokes that are gonna happen, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens on Sunday. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens on Wednesday. Yes, I will confirm everything I posted in certain people's discords, that I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning this morning from a sound sleep to check the Witcher wiki to make sure I could have something accurate for going forward. I'm just saying, it's gonna be great. And I'm gonna see, we will see you all next week, and we should see if we could raid somebody tonight. Can we? Let's go raid. Well, I mean, we're gonna raid. It's Sunday. We're raiding Johnny. Let's go raid Johnny. But we'll see you next time. Bye bye.